RFK is moving to ban pharma companies from advertising on TV. That is amazing. We knew he was probably going to do something like that. If you followed RFK before he hooked up with Trump, we knew that he had that kind of plan ready. We just didn't take any of that seriously because at that time we thought that nothing was ever going to change at all. We were worried Trump wouldn't be elected, et cetera, et cetera. So some major change like this, and it's a major change, and it's a great change, and I'm going to tell you why in a second. Guys, it is Wednesday. It's the 26th of March, almost April, almost springtime. It's 2025 still, and it's 7:45 in the morning here in Germany. This is the Insanity Report for today. So RFK is fixing to ban advertisement from Big Pharma on TV, on all of the broadcast news stations, for example, all of the cable TV channels. They, look, even Fox News is on this list, but I've never cared much for Fox News anyway. They might be the only right-leaning, blah, blah, whatever. That doesn't mean shit to me. I want a company that's going to report the news. I want a company that's going to do investigative journalism, and none of the corporate legacy media, old hat media, do that anymore. 60 Minutes kind of does it, but it's not really investigative journalism. It's still slanted, biased journalism that needs some investigation, but wouldn't be published if the investigation didn't turn out how they wanted it. So the only real investigative journalist that's left out there, well, there's Matt Taibbi, there's James O'Keefe. I love them. They're great. But let's go back to the point before I make this video another 30-minute video, just rambling on about different shit. The RFK stopping the advertisement on TV. Now, that's going to be very, very bad for Big Pharma, which is good for everybody else. And the reason why I say that is, look, Pharma has come up with, over their years, some very, very good things that have saved a lot of lives, helped a lot of people, alleviated a lot of people's pain and suffering in times when they were very ill. So they're not all bad. The problem with them is that they aren't regulated correctly, right? That's been the problem. They've been allowed to get away with just pushing out fucking shit that doesn't do squat, right? Or actually hurts and kills people. And then they can put it on the market because the FDA, the government organization that's supposed to be regulating them, basically just waves through all their shit. They end up killing a bunch of people with something, and then they have to pay a settlement that is much less amount than the money they made on the drug that killed everybody. So that's obviously, any fucking retard can find out that that's not acceptable. And that's the way things have been running, though. You know what I mean? But I think that if you force the pharma companies to actually do what they are there to do, which they probably have also done in the past, and that's to focus on making drugs that will actually help people, right? And as little to no side effects as possible. The government has a new sheriff in town in America, the FDA, and is going to be starting to regulate this shit correctly, as long as they also take away this revolving door possibility, right? It can't be that somebody works at the FDA, waves through all of the crap that kills everybody, and then gets hired for a position that pays mega bucks in one of the pharma companies when they leave the FDA. We can't have that. I think they're going to change something about that as well, right? I'm pretty sure RFK is going to make moves to change those things as well. And the thing with the no TV advertising, though, is fucking fantastic, right? Because basically the advertising on TV, they don't need to advertise their products on TV. If their products are something you need, your doctor will tell you, yo, you need this for your problem, right? It shouldn't be that the patient sees things that look good on TV and then goes to the doctor and harasses them about getting that medication. They're not doctors, right? And the pharma companies are also not doctors, right? So the doctors need to study the new medicines, figure out where it can be applied, and then recommend those medicines to the patients that they think might benefit from them. That's the way it's supposed to go. It's It's not supposed to be that I can just look on TV and see a drug that I think, wow, that's me, man. I've got that thing and I need that drug, and then go and harass my doctor to get that shit I saw on TV. So it's not going to hurt customers. Whoever's out there, and I know Democrats are going to do it. I know the left is going to do it, because everything that Trump or the administration does, they're against, no matter how good it is for American people. They don't care. They're just against everything, right? That's why they're never going to win an election again unless they get their shit together real quick. Which is fine with me. I don't want them in power ever again. Anyway, they're going to say, well, now you're taking away the customer's choice. How is the customer going to know about up-and-coming or newly released drugs that they might need? Well, they're going to know like they used to know before there was TV, before there was advertising. They're going to go to their doctor, and the doctor's going to recommend what the doctor thinks they need, not the other way around. That's the way it's supposed to be. So it's not going to hurt patients at all, at all. That is complete and utter bullshit. Nobody can convince me otherwise. Patients are not going to be harmed by this. And the reason why I know that's true is because, as probably you guys already know, the advertising of pharmaceutical drugs on television is only legal in 2 countries of all the countries on the planet. Okay? And that's the United States and New Zealand. And the United States is about to get rid of it. What does that mean? That means that pharma companies are no longer going to have control over the editorial process at these giant media corporations, which they do now. Again, the left and everybody and the news companies themselves are going to say, no, they don't get involved in the editorial process. They just want to advertise their products. It's worth it to them. They reach a lot of people. Well, no, they really don't anymore, do they? Right? They're reaching a bunch of people that are so old that those people are probably on half the medications that they're advertising anyway. So they're not really getting any new customers out of this as it is, right? No, the pharma companies pay the media companies an exorbitant amount of money. I think it's 75% of their advertising revenue comes from pharma. Wow. I mean, wow. So do you think that the media companies are going to bite that hand that feeds them 75% of their income? Now, don't pin me on the 75% number. I think that's what I read. I don't know what it is now. I read it a while ago. Who knows? But it's around there. It's too much, right? It's too much. It means that the media companies are dependent on the pharma companies. Well, if you're dependent on the pharma companies for your income and the salaries of your employees and your ability to survive on the market, then you don't do investigative journalism against them, right? You don't say bad shit about them, right? Of course they control the editorial process, and of course they do, right? And so now that'll be gone, which means it's good actually for the news media companies, because they will be free to now report news, which what they should be doing in the beginning, right from the start, and they should have kept doing that. They're now free to report news on all kinds of topics and all kinds of issues, including pharma, that they weren't able to do before. Because if you think that the pharma companies only tightened the screws on the editors at these media companies when it concerned certain pills they were bringing out, no. They were probably tightening the screws on social issues, political issues, all kinds of shit that the mainstream, they probably had a hell of a lot of control, and they still do because this law is not in effect yet. They probably had a hell of a lot of control over the editorial process at these media companies that didn't pertain only to a new pill they came out with. You can't get me to believe that they didn't. So this will free up the media companies to be actual deliverers of news. It might even save them. Not in the short term, though, because in the short term, they're going to basically go broke, right? So they're going to have to get rid of all of these Rachel Maddows and these fucking... They're already started the purge, right? Joy Reid is gone. This fucking grifter, this black guy, the gay guy that likes to put his taint in other people's faces, Don Lemon. They're getting rid of all these people. Rachel Maddow, I think, has got something on these people. I don't know why they keep that bitch around. The View? No idea. But I think all of these shits are on their way out, because the media companies are going to go, okay, all of these woke fuckers that espouse this crazy bullshit, they got to go. We need to replace them with a couple of good, investigative journalists that aren't afraid to get on TV and tell the people the truth, because that's the direction they're going to have to go. And the stopping of pharma advertising is going to open that door for them. So it may be a blessing in disguise for them, even though at first, maybe some of the media companies just won't make it. You know? It also makes it so that they are open to other advertisers that want to advertise, but that the media companies can currently say no to because they don't need it. They're like, no, fuck you, conservative bullshit. I'm not putting that shit on TV because we're getting enough money from Big Pharma to cover our costs, so that's cool. Right? Now that's gone, so they're going to have to actually be competitive in the market like any business does, right? And that means they're going to have to change course. And if they do, and they get new advertisers to replace the pharma companies in time, and they get some new anchors that are serious about reporting news, and serious, no woke shit, no leftist bias slant shit, just the facts, ma'am. That's what we want to see there. We don't care about their opinion. We don't care about what they think about something. We just want them to tell us what the fuck's going on. And we want to be able to rely on the fact that they tell us that is what it is. Now, do I really believe that they're going to make it? I don't think so. And I don't hope so because, you know, I don't really like them. They've been grifting us and fucking lying to us and gaslighting us for so long. I mean, we just picked it up probably during COVID, a lot of us, but they've been doing this for so long that I don't believe that they deserve a second chance. But I do believe that if a company can pull itself together and change course and make money that way, they should have the freedom to also do it. So best of luck to them. I think this might be a blessing in disguise for them. Now, it's also good for us as the customer, right? It's good for us. We're the customer, we're the patients, and we're the customer of the media companies and the patients of the pharma companies. Now we don't have to worry about trying to figure out what medicine we need for whatever the fuck it is we don't even have, right? Because I think that's also these pharma ads, what they do is they convince people they've got something. They're like, oh my God, that sounds like me. I need this fucking pill, right? And so the pharma companies get mega bucks because if the customer from the media company can act as the patient for the doctor's office and then go in and say, well, I need this drug. And the doctor goes, yeah, this is going to sound like you've got that thing. Let's give it a try, because the doctors are also incentivized to push the medicine, right? So there's no real big barrier. And this is going to create one, right? This is going to create one. And that's good. That's good for everybody. It is good for everybody, even the media companies. Although I will enjoy watching them suffer in the meantime. And I will enjoy seeing which one of them. Because you know what? We've got a lot of loss of trust in the institution these days, right? And let's say CNN or MSNBC or Fox or whatever, one of these companies or more pulls themselves out of the shitstorm that's coming to them if this law gets put into effect, which I can't imagine it won't. But let's imagine that, you know, let's assume that it's going to. And there's a company that takes a 70% income hit, decides, okay, we want to survive, gets rid of their fucking wokesters, their Joy Reids, their Rachel Maddows, the whole fucking gang, puts in real news anchors and starts from there and makes it. I think we'll be able to trust that company. I think that we'll be able to go and say, okay, aside from my alternative media sources that I really trust, and they haven't given me a reason to not trust them as of yet, I'm going to also start watching MSNBC or CNN again, because, you know, they do have access to world events and world news. They do report on it good. They pulled themselves up by their bootstraps, got themselves out of this mess, untangled themselves from Big Pharma's influence, and now they're actually reporting news. Yeah, I would fucking go, I would watch them and be secure in the idea that I think, okay, they're actually telling the truth, because I watched them actually get hit, understand that they've been making the wrong move, change course, and make it. Hey, cool, right? So it's great for everybody. I hope this goes through. I think it absolutely should, if only to piss off the left. But there are so many other advantages we get from this in America, or you guys get in America. I don't live there, but I think it has. I think it will also, just like Trump's getting elected, have like a worldwide impact, right? Because it takes away a giant amount of power from these pharma companies that they should never have had in the first place. So let's hope that gets through. Guys, if you want to get all of my stuff delivered directly to your inbox, all you got to do is subscribe to my Substack. It's allaboutlogic.substack.com. it'sallaboutlogic.substack.com. Subscribe there, and then you get all my content, including my articles that I write, because nothing gets banned there, nothing gets taken down there, nothing gets scrubbed, nothing gets deleted. Everything gets published that I publish on Substack, and it goes directly into the email inbox of all of the people that subscribe there. And you can subscribe for free. You can also give me $5 a month there. It's great. That's what would support me. I would love that. Totally awesome. But you can also do it for free, and then you'll get most of my content that you can see, view, read, hear, etc. So do that. It's allaboutlogic.substack.com. Subscribe there, and let's keep our fingers crossed for RFK here, guys, and make sure this goes through. All right. Catch you guys tomorrow.